All right. Well, good morning, everybody. This is Tony Frazee. I'm the benefits specialist over here with Art Jetter and Company. Today, very excited to have and pleased to have both Mark Sinton as well as Scott Gross from True Freedom with us today. Should be a great session. I'm going to go over a lot of information here. Before I get this turned over to them, I would ask, any questions you have, please want to make sure and get answers to all your questions today. Just type those in the chat or question box. We'll make sure and get those answered after we get done with this session. Other than that, gentlemen, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Hey, thank you so much, Tony. Good morning, everybody. I'm Mark Sinton. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for True Freedom. We're in Largo, Florida. I'm also here with our training director, Scott Gross, who actually has a slide presentation. It's going to be about 20 minutes. We talk about training, marketing, and making money. We go way back with Art Jetter and Company. My goodness, I started in 1980 as an insurance agent. And of course, as we know, Art Jetter was before then. So we really appreciate our friendship and relationship with Tony and Art Jetter for many years. I go, like I just said, 40 years specializing in senior products, and one of the most significant change in the senior market is the underwriting process for traditional long-term care. As we all know, it's just about unobtainable, especially for what we consider super seniors, 65 plus. And there's also been many other changes for us agents, insurance agents, to navigate in the senior market especially. But I'm going to name three things that stay the same. Agents want to have a plan that is simple. Well, our nationwide True Freedom home care plans are field issue effective the same day that you write them. Agents also want to feel good about the protection they set up in the home for their client. Well, even long before COVID-19 and now with post-COVID, home care plans have always been one of the most popular plans for seniors to purchase. They have no fear of receiving care at home. So it really isn't meant to be a heavy lift for you to circle back to your clients. And I know this is always going to be very important to all of us agents. Fast pay and great commissions. Well, how about 500 to 2,400 hours per sale first year for each enrollment? So a lot of big money is being made with our True Freedom plans, and you're helping out your clients as they go forward. And our home care plans are not just a short-term solution. Our plans can assist seniors. I'm just going to give one example. If someone purchased our plan today and let's say a few years from now had a change of circumstance, an illness that required ongoing home care service, let's say 25 hours a week, it would actually last between 3 to 10 years before they would be totally out of hours available. So not just a short-term solution. You'll know more about that shortly as Scott goes through the slide presentations. Also a little bit of history about True Freedom American Senior Services. We created from an insurance entity founded in 1958. Our principals, Bobby Gross and Bob Dillon, have over 35 years apiece in the insurance industry. They pioneered the national service contracts in 2008. So we're in our 16th, just started our 16th year. Our plans are identical and available in all 50 states. We have the highest rating available through Dun & Bradstreet as a private company. And of course, we are A+ credited with BBB. And everything is the same. And we say, it's a field issue, no medical underwriting. You're going to know more about that when we talk about suitability, so you know who to offer the plan to and who not to. No age limits, no elimination periods, and if and when they need service, just one call for service. They don't have to qualify based on ADLs. And, our financial analytics and our team of actuaries have been true to form. That has helped us avoid rate increases in our 15-plus year history. We are very sensitive to rate increases, watching what traditional long-term care has done. So, again, starting our 16th year, we still have not had a rate increase, and we've done all of our actuarial work for 2022 and the first quarter of 2023. And we're still absolutely able to offer our plans with no rate increase. Our target market for the majority of our business is between 60 and 85 that are totally self-sufficient individuals. Average age of purchase about age 71, and no fee to become a representative agent of True Freedom through, of course, our Jetter and Company. You're vested as of your first sale. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our marketing and training director. Here's Scott Gross.
Thank you very much, Mark, and thanks everybody for taking the time to log on and give us an opportunity to talk to you today. Mark has been a licensed agent for over 40 years. I've been a licensed agent here in Florida for over 20 years. Both of us specializing in long-term care insurance, and we're big believers in traditional long-term care. Whenever you have a client that can qualify for and afford long-term care, we say absolutely write that plan. But when you go into that house and you have someone who can't afford long-term care, that's when you want to take our product out of your briefcase and talk to them about this most viable and affordable alternative to traditional long-term care insurance. So what are the True Freedom Nationwide Home Care Plans? They are a service contract for your senior client's future home care services, where they're going to contract for access to home care service hours that they would be able to access and utilize in the future in the event of an unexpected injury, illness, chronic illness, or health diagnosis. They're primarily designed for your senior clients who waited too long to start shopping for traditional long-term care and now simply can't afford those high premiums. Now, the great thing about the True Freedom plans is you can also market them to people who have existing long-term care policies that maybe when they bought them, they didn't get a cost of living increase rider and their benefit is now below the current cost of care. Or maybe they didn't get a home care rider at all. Or maybe they have a lengthy elimination period or a tax qualified policy where they have to show a greater degree of loss before they can qualify to receive their benefits. So there's many different ways of adding a True Freedom Nationwide Home Care Plan to someone's existing healthcare portfolio. But the great thing about the True Freedom plans is our agreements have no age limit restrictions. There's no medical underwriting for prospective members. Our nationwide plans have the same rates and the same paperwork in all 50 states. There's no doctor's reports or health triggers needed in order for the members to access the home care service hours of their plan. And members receive service by making a toll-free phone call. So we're an innovative nationwide solution with quick access for our senior members. Now, the primary reason your senior client should secure a True Freedom plan today start with the statistics. 70% of all seniors are going to need some type of home care assistance in their lifetime. And it's the people that put their head in the sand about this. Those are the people that suffer the consequences, and their family members suffer the consequences because no one is prepared for that unexpected injury or illness or health episode that can turn a whole family's world upside down at a moment's notice. The 2022 retail cost of bringing in custom home care assistance, if you don't have a plan such as ours in place to mitigate that cost, can easily run an individual between $1,000 to $4,000 a month, if not more. And every senior out there is one injury, one illness, one health episode, one diagnosis away from no longer being able to live independently and therefore never being able to secure a True Freedom plan of protection. And by having no plan in place, that leaves the decisions regarding your senior client's care in other people's hands. So the best way your senior client can send that message to their loved ones that they want to stay in the comfort of their own home for as long as possible would be to get a True Freedom plan in place today. Now, what you'll notice about the True Freedom plans is there is no age or gender pricing. The only difference between the four plans are going to be the amount of lifetime membership home care service hours in that chosen level plan. But regardless of which plan an individual chooses, all of the True Freedom plans offer the benefits that seniors and their family members are most concerned with. Things such as meal planning and preparation, assistance with dressing, bathing, toileting, hygiene, grooming, laundry and ironing, changing linens, grocery shopping, light housekeeping, monitoring diet and food expirations, medication reminders accompanying to doctor's appointments, and more. The other thing you'll notice is the True Freedom plans have two options of non-medical home care service to choose from. Members can select to utilize either agency hours, which are provided by a network of licensed and registered home care agencies in our True Freedom network, or if the member is just more comfortable having someone they know provide their home care assistance versus having a stranger come into the house, members can utilize what we call anytime hours, where the members have the freedom to choose a friend or neighbor to provide their home care service. It just cannot be a family member, someone already living in the household, or anyone related in any way, shape, or form to the True Freedom member. But when it's time for the member to access the home care service hours of their True Freedom plan, they don't call a home care agency or their friend or neighbor directly. They need to call into the toll-free number that's on their field issue contract or on the membership card they're going to receive shortly after enrolling into a True Freedom plan to speak to one of our customer care coordinators, who will then schedule, arrange, and manage all of the home care service hours for that True Freedom member. Now, the agency hours provided by that licensed agency are available for up to 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Now, you'll notice there's a lot more latitude in utilizing the anytime hours provided by that chosen friend or neighbor, as those hours are available during any day of the week, during any and all hours, including as an overnight or 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week live-in home care service when requested. And the only requirement for full access to the initial hours of a chosen True Freedom home care plan is that memberships must be past a one-time 90-day waiting period following the initial enrollment into a plan. So to be clear, this is not an elimination period that starts the day a member needs to access the home care service hours of their plan. This starts the day you enroll them into their True Freedom plan. But let me be clear about this other point. If the intent at the time of enrollment is to sign someone up, have them check off 90 days on a calendar, and then call us right away, that would not be a suitable enrollment. We're going to get into the suitability standard for enrollment into a True Freedom plan in just a few slides. The way these two entities are compensated are as follows. The anytime hours, that friend or neighbor is going to be compensated between $15 and up. Their payment is automatically deposited weekly into their checking account by our third-party administrator. In terms of the agency hours, all home care agency invoices are sent directly to our company and are paid upon receipt. So our company isn't going to carry any debt, and your client isn't going to receive a bill or an invoice. They just continue to pay their monthly or annual True Freedom membership fee. Now, the way the hours of a True Freedom plan are distributed are as follows. The True Freedom plan hours are going to be divided into 10 equal benefit periods that add up to the total lifetime membership hours of a chosen True Freedom home care plan. So as an example, we'll look at the Gold plan, which offers 6,000 lifetime membership home care service hours. So whenever that Gold plan member calls in to begin utilizing their plan, they're going to access those hours in 10 separate benefit periods of 600 hours each. So regardless if that member calls in the 3rd year of their membership, or the 7th year of their membership, or the 11th year of their membership, whenever they first call in, they would be accessing that first benefit period of 600 hours. And they would be able to utilize those hours as quickly or as slowly as they desire. There's no time limit in terms of how quickly or how slowly they need to use the hours. But once they have exhausted the hours, they would then have to go through a 90-day, we call it a rejuvenation period, but it's a waiting period in between each benefit period, where if the member would still need to receive care, this would be when family members or friends get more involved to help them through that 90-day period, or the member would just self-pay the home care agency or the friend or neighbor that their True Freedom plan had been compensating up to that point. But then starting on the 91st day, the member would be able to access their second benefit period. And that cycle would repeat until the member has utilized all 10 benefit periods that add up to the lifetime membership hours of the chosen True Freedom home care plan, at which point their membership would then come to a conclusion and they would not be permitted to purchase another plan. Now, the rejuvenation period is similar to a donut hole or a shared cost that is found in traditional insurance plans, and has been one of the major parts of the actuarial formula that has allowed us to avoid rate increases in the True Freedom plan 15-year history. Members can access multiple benefit periods in a single calendar year within the parameters of our plan, especially in our lower level plans, our bronze and silver plans. People on 24/7 care, we've had them go through 2 benefit periods and start a third in a single calendar year. Members don't need to recover in order to receive continued service at the end of a rejuvenation period, and members will be informed when a rejuvenation period is approaching so they can plan for family members or friends to become more involved and help them through that upcoming 90-day waiting period. But whenever you're doing a presentation on the True Freedom plans, you're going to want to talk about the built-in features, the major feature being the True Freedom Discount Reward Program. Because you're marketing the True Freedom home care plans very much like you would long-term care to your active senior client who's currently able to do any and all of their daily activities with no problems or issues. They have no idea if or when they're ever going to need this, but they want the peace of mind of knowing that, God forbid, in an instant, it's a heart attack, a stroke, a trip and fall accident that results in, a broken hip, which can take many months to recover from, that they have a plan already in place where the entire burden of caring for them isn't going to fall squarely on their spouse or adult children. Members are going to earn a 10% discount for every anniversary and renewal of their True Freedom membership for each year that they haven't had to access the home care service hours of their plan. And that savings is going to continue for up to the first 4 years of their True Freedom membership. So as an example, let's go ahead and look at all the plans. The bronze plan starts at $95 a month, the silver plan, $175 a month, the gold plan, $295 a month, and the platinum plan, $475 a month. Now, in our 15-year history, the percentage of people going on service in the first year of their True Freedom membership is in a single-digit percentile. So the vast majority of our members enjoy that 10% discount on the price of maintaining their plan going into year 2. If they still haven't needed to use it going into year 3, they'll enjoy a 20% discount. Still haven't needed to use it going into year 4, a 30% discount. And then starting in year 5, all of the plans will max out at that 40% discounted rate. So that bronze plan that was $95 a month would now only be $57 a month to maintain. The silver plan at $175 a month would now only be $105 a month. The gold plan at $295 a month would now only be $177 a month. And the platinum plan at $475 would now only be $285 a month to maintain. So it's kind of the exact opposite of what you often hear about happening with traditional long-term care, where people can barely afford their premium when they first get it, and then a few years later they receive a rate increase, which either causes them to lower their benefit or drop the policy completely. So starting in year 5, all of the True Freedom plans hit that 40% discounted rate, and then will remain at that 40% discounted rate year 6, year 7, year 8, year 9, all the way up until the member breaks the seal, picks up the phone for the first time to call in to access the home care service hours of their True Freedom plan. Once a single plan hour is accessed, the price of that service contract fee is going to revert back to the original year 1 amount on their next invoice or bank draft or credit card draft, and remain at that level for the rest of the membership, regardless of how often it's utilized. So it's because of the set maximum hours of each plan and the loss of discounts for non-use that your message to your senior client when you're selling a True Freedom plan should be for them, now that you have this, put it away and forget about it. Don't even think about accessing the home care service hours of your True Freedom plan before your need for home care assistance becomes essential and necessary and you feel you're going to need it for an extended amount of time. So you want to make sure they understand this is not something they get and start using right away as a cooking, cleaning, and transportation service while they're still able to do all of those tasks for themselves. You want to tell them, you want to wait until, God forbid, something were to happen to where you're no longer able to do your food preparation or grocery shopping. You may need help bathing, dressing, getting to and from doctor's appointments, because having the hours available for when something like that happens is what's going to enable you to delay or avoid a nursing home stay and remain in the comfort of your own home for as long as possible. On the screen right now, we have a list of the top 15 home care corporations that are part of the True Freedom network of home care agencies we utilize nationwide. And these represent thousands of locations across the country. But let me be very clear about this point. The one thing our company has to do better than anything else we do is take care of our members when they call in needing to access the home care service hours of their plan. So please know that whenever someone does call in most cases, we'll have somebody at their door within 24 hours, contractually within 72 hours. In terms of enrollments, the face-to-face enrollments don't get much easier than this. It's a one-page enrollment form and a terms and conditions page, both of which must be signed at the bottom by the representative and by the member. This is a two-page carbon enrollment, so the top copy, the white copy, would be the one you send into our offices, along with the initial payment or payment information, and the yellow copy is the member's field issue contract that you're going to leave inside the magazine-sized trifold brochure at the time of enrollment. You leave it right there next to page 5, which is the receipt page, where the representative can leave their name and contact information. But the majority of questions are going to be called into our toll-free number. Now, because you're able to market and sell the True Freedom plans in all 50 states, regardless of your licensing, we do have a landing page for doing online enrollments, which can be found at http://nationwide.truefreedomhomecare.com. So you're going to want to write that down or take a picture of it with your phone so you can save that. This is a page that it's not a page that you can send your senior client to where they can enroll themselves. The representative must go to this page and initiate the online enrollment by clicking on the blue online enrollment button. But what an agent can do is go to this page early, and if they haven't looked at the True Freedom plans in a while, they can go into our training tools section, and there's a number of recorded tutorials in there to review the True Freedom plans, product review, how to do an online enrollment, and a number of other things. Now, another thing you can do while you're on this page, if you have your client on the phone and you're doing a screen share to where your client can see your computer screen while you're on this page, you can actually do the whole presentation from this page. You can bring up digital sales material of our brochure, our enrollment form, and our price sheet in the sales materials section. You can have them look through our 3-minute marketing video and other sales assets a little farther down on this page. Excuse me one moment. So you can do that presentation here. But when you click the blue button for online enrollment, what it does is it takes you to this page where the representative is going to put in their first name, last name, and email address, along with the prospective member's first name, last name, and email address, and then hit submit. Once you hit submit, an email from eSign Live is going to be sent to the representative's inbox on their email, and all you need to do is open it up, click on the turquoise Go to Documents button, and it would then take the representative to the actual online enrollment form for that specific prospective member. So the first thing you're going to see is a digital version of the True Freedom Plans brochure, but as you scroll down past that, you're going to come across the actual enrollment form where the representative fills out 3 sections: the member information, the member's plan selection, and the member's payment information. Then there's going to be 2 places where the representative needs to put in their digital signature. One is at the bottom of the enrollment form. The other one is at the bottom of the terms and conditions page, where the representative also has to check a box that they have reviewed the suitability standard for enrollment into a True Freedom plan, and then hit confirm. Once the agent clicks confirm, an email is then automatically sent to the prospective member's email address from eSign Live. So if you have your client on the phone, tell them to go ahead and open up that email from eSign Live, click on the turquoise Go to Documents button, and it's going to take them to that very same landing page you were just at, where they're going to see a digital version of the True Freedom Plans brochure. But when they scroll down past it, they're going to see the enrollment form that you've already filled out 90% of. So all you want to do is send them 3/4 of the way down the page to answer the 4 suitability questions and put in their first digital signature at the bottom of the enrollment form. And after reviewing the terms and conditions, you want to ask them to put in their second digital signature on the bottom of the terms and conditions page and then hit confirm. Once they hit confirm, a copy of the field issue contract is emailed automatically to the company, to the agent, and to the members, so that everyone involved in the transaction has a copy of this field issue contract. So once the member receives it, they can download it and save it and print it out if they want to. And but this is not an insurance policy. It's a home care service contract. So members aren't going to be sent a policy. All they receive is this field issue contract in a digital form when they enroll online. But what they will receive in the mail is a welcome letter along with a membership card. Now, even though the True Freedom plans walk and talk very much like a standalone home care insurance plan, our closest cousin is actually a AAA Motor Club membership, just in the fact that both organizations are service contracts and not insurance, and members access their benefits simply by making a toll-free phone call. So when members receive this letter, all they need to do is peel off that membership card that has that easy access to that toll-free number, because that's all they're going to need to access the home care service hours of their True Freedom plan in the event of that unexpected injury, illness, or health diagnosis. So the True Freedom plans, the prices start at only $95 a month for the bronze plan, $175 a month for the silver plan, $295 a month for the gold plan, and $475 a month for the platinum plan. Now, the discounts that are available at the time of enrollment can be found on our rate sheet. They include a 5% discount for an individual who elects to make an annual membership payment. There's a 10% discount for a husband and wife, domestic partners, roommates who enroll at the same time and both elect to make monthly payments, and a 15% price on the price of each plan for that husband and wife, domestic partners, roommates who enroll at the same time and both elect to make annual membership payments. Now, we ask our representatives to always remember at the time of enrollment to have your client select the very best plan they can afford at the time of enrollment, because as time goes on, plans can always be downgraded, but they can never be upgraded. And while we don't have any medical underwriting, we do have what we referred to earlier, our suitability standard for enrollment. This is the way the True Freedom plans are probably the most like traditional insurance. You have to write this plan on your senior client who is not currently in need of or receiving any home care service or assistance. They have to get it in place before they're in need of home care. So we're really depending on our representatives to do a proper evaluation of anyone they're offering the True Freedom plan to, and making sure that that individual does not currently need or receive any assistance, including from family members, with activities such as bathing, dressing, or transferring, or with their ability to live independently at the time of enrollment. So once again, please do that evaluation. Make sure there's fair risk and reward to everyone involved in this transaction, and making sure that your client can currently perform all of their own daily tasks, such as meal preparation, grocery shopping, running errands, visiting friends, without the need for or assistance from anyone, including a family member or a spouse. In terms of marketing, agents have been using our 3-minute marketing video during individual and group presentations, as well as during online sales campaigns to their clientele. This is something that can be found on our landing page for doing online enrollments and downloaded from there. We also have a marketing pamphlet that agents have been using at health fairs, senior activity centers, moose lodges, Elks clubs, church groups to get the word out on the True Freedom plans. There's a place on the back of the pamphlet where agents can glue down a business card or put down a printed sticker or a rubber stamp with their name and contact information. But the pamphlet just gives enough information to hopefully whet a senior's curiosity about the True Freedom plans, turning the pamphlet over, giving you a call, and giving you an opportunity to make that appointment and go to their home and do that one-call close. So the representative value proposition, we feel it's a pretty strong one. The fact that it's a field-issued contract, there's no medical underwriting, no medical information bureau or phone interviews needed at the time of enrollment. It's a lifetime vested renewal as of your first enrollment and no fees for you to get started with our company. Commissions are paid 10 days after our paperwork has been processed here at our headquarters. We feel it can lower your overall lead expense. It's available in all 50 states, regardless of where you're licensed as an agent here in the United States. And the paperwork and the pricing is all identical in all 50 states. So depending on which level plan you write, your commissions are going to range from $500 to $2,400 per enrollment, paid as earned, just depending on which level plan you write to your client. So in review, the True Freedom plans are the only nationwide home care option for your senior client, and we're the leading alternative to traditional long-term care insurance. The membership plans have services currently valued up to $400,000 with no age limits or medical underwriting. Plans start at only $95 a month and can help your senior client delay or avoid a future nursing home confinement. It's a very cost-effective investment for their peace of mind. It can help protect their family from the future hardship of having to care full-time for a senior loved one. The discount rewards are currently valued up to 40% off during the years a member doesn't need to access the home care service hours of a True Freedom plan for that eventual private care that they would be able to enjoy in the comfort of their own home. But like traditional insurance, your senior client must be able to live independently and not be in need of any home care service or assistance in order to secure a True Freedom plan today. We also want to bring to your attention our Facebook page. You can find this page simply by doing a search on Facebook for the True Freedom Nationwide Home Care Plans. Agents should go to this page and read the various posts. Send your clients to this page because each post, we do 2 or 3 a week. Each post is a different reason why your senior client should get a True Freedom plan in place today. We also have our website that can be found at www.truefreedomhomecare.com. On our homepage, you see our video talking about how your senior client needs to be prepared for the future and plan ahead. You can also review our products, our various partnerships with different home care agencies, learn about the people that work here at our offices, find out any news that's happening within the company, and all of our contact information.
Very good, Scott. We're going to turn it right back over to Tony.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Well, as anticipated, we do have some questions for you here. Basically, kind of going back a little bit, basically the agent is asking to please tell me what happens after the 10,000 hours are depleted on the Platinum plan. Can you address that?
Sure. Keep in mind that would take many years to go through those 10,000 hours, but assuming regardless of what plan, once they have fulfilled where we have paid out for all those hours, anywhere from 1,500 to 10,000, mattering on the plan, it would terminate just like a traditional long-term care with a 3 or 5 year benefit. So again, you do want to offer them the very best plan at the time of enrollment, and there would not be, of course, an opportunity for them to purchase another one.
Very good. Looks like next question coming through here. It says, please tell me if the monthly payments for the policy continues if under claim.
Good question. It does. Keep in mind there's no ADLs for our plan to be utilized. So during the time that they're on service or not on service, they do continue to pay their monthly or annual contract fees.
All right. Let's see. Next question here. It says, what is the maximum hourly rate available under the Platinum plan?
Well, let's keep in mind, mattering on the area, there's not that there's a maximum. There's $150 maximum per day. So if someone's in California and let's say in that network they're charging $35 an hour, well, it's maxed out at $150 a day. If they happen to be in Florida, it's still maxed out $150 a day, but they, of course, on an average, it's about $25, maybe $30 an hour. So just so we know, under the anytime hours with a friend and neighbor, that's a maximum per day of up to $150 a day, and the same thing on the network home care agencies. So as the agency hours go up, and they have, especially COVID and post-COVID, that we're paying that full amount per hour, not to exceed $150 a day.
All right, and let's see here. Going on to the next question, I think I can pretty much handle this. Is who handles the agent enrollment for the product? I guess I can go ahead and handle that one there. Basically, for you agents out there interested in wanting to get appointed to or contracted to sell the products here, certainly you can let us know, obviously, or you can contact True Freedom Direct. We can get you contracted for those products here. Certainly not a problem with that. Let's see. Last question from what I can see here says, does this plan have a 90-day wait? If you want to readdress that there.
Yes, from the effective date, which the day that you write the plan, has a 90-day waiting period. That's not an elimination period. So down the road, if they needed to use the plan a handful of years later, it has immediate access with no elimination period. That 90 days is just for the immediate from the origination of the effective date. But like Scott mentioned, that's you're not presenting this for someone to buy it and go to their calendar, count off the 90 days, and go on service.
Again, you're writing this plan very much like you would long-term care to your senior client who's currently able to do all of their daily activities with no problems. They don't need any assistance right now. This is a plan for when, God forbid, something were to happen. Statistically, the number one reason a senior is going to end up needing home care assistance is going to be the result of a trip and fall accident, which can result in a broken hip, a broken shoulder, a broken leg, a head injury that can take many, many months to recover from. And that's in addition to the heart attacks, the strokes, memory deficit, just anything that can befall, a person and turn everybody's world upside down. And that's where the True Freedom Plan is probably the most valuable. At the onset of that health injury or illness where a family's life has been turned upside down, wondering who's going to be able to take care of mom or dad, who's going to be able to get time off of work, who's going to be able to fly in from out of town, what home care agency do we use? Very much like AAA, when a car breaks down and it's on the side of the road, our members call us when they need help. And instead of sending a tow truck to tow the car, we send home care people either from an agency or they can choose a friend or neighbor. And we're going to compensate those people to come to your home and give those valuable assistance hours to a family where they're going to then be able to find their foundation and footing and come up with this plan with the assistance of the True Freedom Plan providers, where they're going to be able to figure out this plan to keep mom or dad in the comfort of their own home for as long as possible. Makes a massive difference.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Looking to see if there's any other questions out there for us. Appreciate the input from the agents out there in the field. There are two today. Basically, if no further questions, I did want to make a point of thanking everybody for joining us here today. A special thanks for both you, Mark, and Scott. Always a pleasure working with you guys. Extremely informative. I did love the whole show today here. Lots of information there. Also, just a reminder, if anybody has any questions, needs more of a personal touch, or just wants to talk about getting contracted, certainly feel free to reach out to me at the number there on the screen, or you can actually email me at ltci@jetter.com. Again, if there's nothing else out there, again, Scott and Mark, again, thank you very much for co-piloting today's session.
Hey, Tony, as always, thanks so much. Give us the best, giving the best to Art Jetter and family there, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Certainly will.
Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, gentlemen.